The overall thing is to, as articulated by the Honorable Prime Minister in his message, is to conduct a transparent, robust, leak-proof, technology-driven examination. So these four are very, very necessary. We have been conducting public examinations for years now. But what has happened is the scale is increasing. When I wrote JEE in 1985, 5,000 students were there. Today 1.5 million people are coming. So in 40 years we have gone by 300 times. So as and when we are scaling up, and some good news is also from the All India Survey for Higher Education, which now gives that figure of gross enrollment ratio as 30%, which was hovering around 20 to 25 a decade back. Now it has come and touched 30%. It's a good news. That means more and more children are going to come into the higher education. And so these examinations are going to scale, they are going to become big. Now, in our way of conducting examination, we have adopted new technologies also. We moved from paper and pens, subjective paper, to an objective paper. And in the objective paper, we have something called this optical response sheet. Well, this ORS concept was introduced by the IIT JEE system at scale. And then we moved to computer-based test. When we started doing the computer-based test, at least question paper leaking stopped completely. There were instances where some people hacked into the system during the examination and helped some candidates. There was some news where 10 students were debarred in some 4-5 years before in the JEE mains. But then there are a lot of red teaming and other things that we are bringing in, which are computer-based testing. At least the leak of the examination has been brought down to nil, because the question paper is opened only on the day morning. Now, the real challenge, if you look at NEET 2026, NEET 2024, the leak happened when the question paper was in transit. After printing, putting into boxes, it went to some distribution center. From the distribution center, it moved to the examination center. And in that process, somewhere the leak had happened. At them, the agency also told very clearly, agency was very clear, and they told, see, it is contained with up to around 40-50 students. And all the people involved, we are very confident that we have arrested. That time, it was also challenged in the Honorable Supreme Court. It was heard for 3 days by the Honorable Chief Justice. Justice Chandrachud was there, and after 3 days of complete hearing, threadbare hearing, the court came out and said there is no need for a re-examination, because there was the examination per se is not compromised, and the leak had happened, and who are all involved in the leak or beneficiaries of this leak are already under custody. So this was the overall judgment at that point of time. Immediately after that, the Ministry of Education constituted a committee with Dr. Radhakrishnan as chairperson, with eminent people, who went into what happened in NEET 2024 and came out with several recommendations. 200 recommendations put on public also. And to be frank, the NTA actually followed many of them. In 2026, the May 3rd examination, where there was a leak finally, the leak did not happen in the distribution, which was the reason in 2024. After the question paper left the premises of NTA, it was got printed, it was put into boxes, then it was circulated till it reached the hands of the student on the day of the examination in the venue at the time. Then no leak happened. That way, whatever suggestions of the Radhakrishnan committee had helped in this direction. But the leak happened elsewhere. As you see from the reports from the investigation agencies, the leak happened by the question paper setter. Everywhere there is any system works on a root of trust, right? Today, you have to carry this interview back to NI. your editor or whoever has a trust in you. Suppose you don't do it, this is not going to go. Same thing has happened here. In any examination, there are two sets of people who have to be trustworthy. One, the question paper setter. That's the biggest set. The other one is the answer invigilators in the center. If the invigilator starts helping the student, but that will be contained, but still it is a compromise. Now, what happened in NEET 2026, as we see in the report, the question paper setter has leaked the paper. Whatever encryption, everything you put after that, but the question paper is in the mind of the possession or mind of the question paper setter. And if that person is compromised for whatever reason, and I think the whole system has shattered. And that is the real challenge. Now, as a committee, we are yet to meet, and whatever I am talking is on my personal behalf. I am not reflecting the committee because we have not yet met, right? But the biggest challenge, in my opinion, is how do we build this trust factor in question paper setters? Of course, on the invigilation side, we have now put cameras, we are watching. We'll also put more AI onto it, so that when we see two people talking, the AI can process that image and very quickly say, hey, in this center, in this room, in this block, in this camera, in this time, two people are talking. That much we can now do that. So there are some technology interventions on monitoring at that point. But the biggest thing that we must keep in mind is the accountability of the question paper setter. Well, we learned lesson. If you look at June 20, the examination that happened in June, the second NEET had absolutely nil problem. Everything was taken care of, no complaints, nothing, right? And things had been in good shape, right? So that way, the small reform had happened. The trust deficit was basically addressed. So this is just to explain to all viewers where do we stand. And I think as a committee, we have to come out with what the Honorable Prime Minister has given as a mandate on to get a completely transparent, robust, leak-proof, technology-driven examination at scale.